Hello, everybody. I wanted to make this video yesterday, but time got away from me. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. We talk about time so much, so much. And I wanted to, because of the last video that I made talking about belief, right? I said, I got to do something about time as well, because that's another thing I wondered about. Now, so time is definitely like something in the background, but we bring it to the foreground like a lot, okay? Because it's so integral in the things that we do. What the hell? Oh, okay. It's very integral in the things that we do. Now, I again wondered, what exactly is time? What is it? And I don't know. Okay, so I'm not making this video to tell you what time is. Hell if I know. Okay. I don't know. But we can talk about it. We could throw some things out there and discuss. So let me tell you what I am aware of, though. I am aware that I'm still here, wherever here is, without it, without time. I'm aware of that. Okay. I'm also aware that it too, like belief, is not necessary. It's not necessary. And I'm aware that we're terrified of it. Okay? Terrified. Because it seems like time, if you have no use, like if there is nothing here for you to do, then time is not on your side. Okay? It's going to move in and do what time is known for doing, right? Which is taking stuff out. Whether you're rotting or it's just your time. Okay, what does that mean when it's your time? When we say that, it's just your time. Your time is when time is not on your side. Okay, that's what your time means. But I talk about it in the stuff that I do because for some of my career mentoring, one of the topics that come up a lot is time management. People want to, especially, at least the people I talk to a lot of single moms, okay, who are juggling a lot of different things and really feel like they don't have the time to do what's, they have so many important things, how do I make the time to do all of these important things within 24 hours? Okay. How do I do that? So in that discussion, I've had to bring in some of the things I talk about here because, we have to start telling, I guess, more of the truths about things, if we want to be able to effectively address them. So one thing that I talk about with time and time management is that there is no such thing. Okay. I, as a person, cannot manage there's no such thing as my time. Okay. Because time is for everybody. It's like gravity. It's like gravity management. Going to somebody and say, how can I manage my gravity? How can I? And you can't, because number one, it ain't yours. Okay. It's not yours. So the same thing is, so what can I do? Okay. In both of those cases, what can I do if I can't manage time? Managing time is like managing gravity, which is, ridiculous when you think about it. So what am I actually doing? So when I have my career discussions with people, it really all boils down to how do you manage yourself within time. You know, I even have a course that I haven't completed yet, but I call it 25 hours a day. You know, uh, and of course, I mean, I told my colleague that, and he thought this was the weirdest thing ever. I said, who do I go to so that we can now have 3-day weekends instead of two? You know, like who's the person in charge of days? Okay, so we can relook at this 7 days a week thing that we've made up, right? And he's like, "What are you talking about? Like, you can't do it. Like, that's the way it is." And I'm like, "What do you mean that's the way it is? 7 days a week is not a scientific law. We can have 12 days a week if we want to, which is the problem, right? It's like we we get so used to things that we don't realize we can change it. We don't have to have 7 days in a week. We really don't. There's nothing saying that now we've started, we've made laws and we're on schedule, based on that idea, but it's an idea. The same way you can change the border of a state between states, okay? Like they did when Columbus and his crew came over here, okay? You probably in what used to be Mexico or something right now. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of have to, when I talk to people about management, self-management and time management and all that, there's a lot of hurdles you got to get over in order for people to start thinking, what do you call it? More creatively, I guess you can say. If I think I'm locked, like I am literally locked in a 24-hour day, okay? If I go 1 second over that, okay, that's a huge barrier. It really, really is. It really is. That's like having, see, I don't even know what that would be regarding. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. But anyway, that's a discussion that we have to have. Okay. Number one, you're not locked. Like there is no literal lock that's saying, okay, and I have to do all kinds of calisthenics, to really get folks to see that this is a story that's been made up and supported with more stories. Okay, not with facts, with more stories, to make it real. So in Firing God, I talk about when I felt like I was in eternity. So for me, if I say the opposite of eternity, that would be time, right? Uh, which is really not the opposite because it's the same thing. It's like saying the opposite of heads is tails, but it's not, because heads has to be there for there to be a tails. You know what I'm saying? So eternity has to be here for there to be time. So it's almost like that layer of time was, what was it? Like pushed to the side or something, so I can experience all of, all of eternity or something. You know what I'm saying? But that goes the other way too now. The opposite of time is eternity, right? But so, and I wondered about that. I'm like, okay, I can clearly tell that I'm not in time anymore. Like that was not, again, I didn't need to ask nobody. I didn't need to Google it. I didn't need to do none of that. Okay, because I already knew, without anything at all, without a witness, without language, with nothing. I already knew time is not here anymore. Okay, it ain't here, but I am, and everything around me still is without time. Now, y'all know I was scratching my head for years over that right there. Because I'm like, how in the world, how is this even possible? Because from what I know, from what I thought I knew, when time is up, that means you're out of here. Okay? You're dead. You're done. Or you're in a coma. You're something. Okay? You're not alive. Okay? But that's not true. That's why I said in that other video, I now know that death does not kill me. Okay? When my time is up, that doesn't kill me. All right? So I wondered for a very long time. Listen at me. For a very long time. Why? What happened? Like, what happened? And I feel, and that wasn't the only time that I lost time. Okay. There was another incident when I was on the bus. Again, a lot of times I was in a vehicle for whatever reason, I don't know. But I was still moving, like, I was still in the bus, everything was moving, but time had stopped. It was the strangest feeling ever, y'all. I'm telling you, it was so strange. Can you imagine walking down the sidewalk and there's no time? It doesn't take time to walk from one end of the sidewalk to the other. It takes no time at all to do that. Okay. So then, of course, from there, I'm like, so what the hell is time for? Clearly, I don't need it, right? But what the hell is it for? We got all this anxiety, about time running out and saving time and time management. I mean, what the hell is it for? And hell if I know. I don't know. But let me tell you what I suspect. I'll tell you what I suspect. So when this thing first popped off, all right, I had some my life was terrible. It was in a shambles. Okay, y'all know that. It was in a shambles. I was getting a divorce. I mean, I had bills. It was crazy. Life was not being nice to me. Okay, when all this stuff popped off. So my response was, okay, I'm already in eternity. The Bible, that's a whole big story that I don't believe anymore. Okay, whatever. We're good. Okay. But what I'm gonna need, what I need to happen is for all that stuff. Let me put that on the shelf. Give me 3 to 6 months, because I ain't got time for this. All right. I got to find another job. I possibly have to find another place to live. I got to divorce this crazy ass man that I'm with. I mean, the list went on and on and on and on. I did not have time for meditation and, non-duality, all that. Listen, somebody else with more money in their bank accounts, and you know what I'm saying? And friends who do yoga, they might have time for all that. But Cheryl did not. Okay. I had kids that I was trying to get situated. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have time for all that shit. I really didn't. And that was my first thing. I mean, I saw that something significant had happened. Clearly. I wasn't even questioning that. All right. But I didn't have time for it. All right. At that time. And no matter what I did to put it on the side, okay, to talk about the universe and nirvana, whatever the hell, I tried to put that on the side and be like, but I couldn't. And it's not because it's like I couldn't. Okay. How can I say? I don't even know how to say it. It's like I had let something go. Okay. And that letting go was almost like I latched on to something, or it latched on to me. Child, I don't even know how to explain it. All I know is that I could not put that aside. Okay, it was here now. It's here now. Okay. It's like me saying, okay, I see that oxygen is important to breathe. I get that, but I don't have time for that right now. And whatever it was like, girl, what the hell are you talking about? Okay. Can you imagine? Let me put the oxygen on the side so I can go ahead and deal with no. You need, if you're gonna do anything, whether it's finding a new house, a new job, wondering about the universe, whatever, you need oxygen to do that. Okay. So this is kind of like what that was. I couldn't, there was nowhere for me to go. And I think I said, did I say in the book somewhere, it was getting on my nerves. Like it really was. I was so disturbed. It was just, I was like, leave me alone. Can you just leave me alone, please? I couldn't stand it because know I didn't know what I was supposed to know. If I was supposed to know anything. And whatever it was like, why is this? Just tell me what the hell I need to know, but y'all, can y'all tell even now, years later, I still like, feel that frustration because there was nothing there, you know? So like, what the hell am I supposed to know or see or do or feel or whatever? Ain't shit here, you know? And oh my God, the frustration, y'all. The frustration. Ooh, yeah. But I think that's what time is for. That's what it's for. To see that you don't need it. And it's not for me to get a good job and accelerate my brand and save a whole bunch of money and get a legacy and raise kids. No, it's you to see you don't need it. You know, you need time to see you don't need time. How crazy is that? But that's the thing, though. It doesn't take time to see that. It doesn't take time to see that at all. You know, that's the whole, that's the thing there. It does not take time to see that you don't need time. Ooh, I gotta take these dishes out. Thank God for dishwashers. I cannot stand doing dishes. So what does that mean now? That I don't need. Does that mean I'm right here in my kitchen doing stuff in no time? Yes. Yeah. That's exactly what that means. That's exactly what that means. You know, Nothing right or wrong with time. It's just like any of the other senses: sight, hearing, touch, taste, all that stuff, right? Nothing right or wrong with it. But it's like I said in the other video, right? At least knowing at least what I'm doing. Okay, knowing the story that I'm telling, that I'm believing in, that I'm reinforcing, you know, that helps. That actually does help. All right. Knowing that the story I'm telling myself is helping to produce a lot of the results I'm getting. That helps. I say the one of the most wonderful things in work, and life, whatever your career is being accountable. Because it's what I'm accountable for. Those are the things I can change and that I have control over. I can tell myself another story. I can do that. And I can find evidence for it too. Look at all these people who have what you call them folks that eat only meat. Sup pipsqueak. I must be a snowflake because I've fallen. Goodness. Uh, those people who eat meat. What do you call those folks? Carnivores? I don't think that's what they call them. It starts with a P or something. I don't know. What do you call those? I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Like they eat only meat. I have a friend like that in England who he eats like that's it. Like literally it. Like nothing else. What the hell are those people? Anyway, those people eat only meat, right? They got evidence up the yin yang to support that. And then you got vegans who don't deal, they're not just about meat. Vegans don't, they don't like wear certain clothes and take certain medicine. They put on certain nail polish. You know what I mean? I mean the 100% vegans, right? Veganism goes way beyond food, all right? And there's evidence to support all that. You know, about why everybody should be vegan or why everybody should eat only meat or why everybody should, who them people eat out of the garbage can. What you call them folks? Them. You know, why everybody should be this. And then they got, what's the other one? The breatharians or something? Like you, breath is your food. Child, so there's evidence. Go ahead, make some evidence to change your story if you don't like it, you know? And it is that easy. It is that easy. It is. It is that easy. And the only one that you really have to trust, the only one that you really have to trust. So I talked about trust and collaboration, right? Anytime you have goals, the things that pop up are trust and collaboration and time, of course, but that's, you know, that's a background thing. Uh, you, we have the hardest time trusting ourselves, don't we? We do. That's why we go to everybody and everything else for validation because we don't trust what we feel ourselves or what we see in the mirror or see in other people or see, you know, we need other people's testimony. I talked about testimony too. We need other people's testimony. Okay. Or that's the story. The story is we need other folks to even validate you. Can you imagine walking around this earth and having nobody respond to you? Huh? So Maslow has his little hot hierarchy of need, you know, and we use that for a lot of stuff. I think our primary needs are to be seen, heard, and known. Seen, heard, and known. We need a response. That's our primary need, a response. And apparently it takes time to get a response. Okay, that's what we need. Imagine walking around here. What would you think? You would think you were a ghost or something, right? That people didn't see you, or, and it's not just people responding. If you have a box or something on the counter and you push that box, you want that box to respond. Can you imagine if it didn't respond? Then what would you think? Okay, even though you are like here, you know, I am is just as strong as anything. But if you don't get a response to validate I am, okay, you probably go nuts. All right. When the whole thing is life doesn't need a witness. That's why this channel is called Life Without a Witness. Life don't need no witness for what? For what? Huh? What do you need a witness for? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I ain't telling nobody to do nothing. I'm not doing any of that. Okay. I'm asking a question. What do we need a witness for? Normally, we need witnesses to help prove that something happened, right? Whether it's a crime or some kind of event, you need a witness for that. And if you don't have a witness, then what? It's like it never happened, right? Did it happen? If nobody else saw it, and I believe that's why we have such a hard time trusting ourselves, because we're so programmed to believe that your word doesn't mean anything. It has no weight at all without a witness. You know, not just your word, the way you feel. I mean, anything, all of that. It has to be mirrored or validated with something else. I'm not no psychologist or nothing like that, but from what I see, and again, there's nothing right or wrong with witnesses. Okay, I'm not saying that either. I'm just sharing a perspective with y'all, and y'all can ask the questions if you want to. You know, my questions or statements aren't any more or less deep than yours. But one one of the major things that I see that's different with me is my sense of urgency. Like I always felt like I had to hurry up and do something. Like, Cheryl, hurry up and get this education. Hurry up and get this job. Hurry up and save this money, so you can get this house and build this legacy. Hurry up. There was such a sense of urgency. I remember going to sleep, y'all. Going to sleep, just worry. I mean, head just full of worry about all kinds of stuff. And waking up, the first thing that hits my brain is worry about a bill or something at work or something in my family. That was, I mean, talk about exhaustion. You know, you go to sleep to get away from it. It is the second I wake up, here it is, right there, just waiting. And I don't experience that anymore. All that urgency and all that stuff. It's nuts. It's crazy. Urgency. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. I see why I was so damn exhausted. Hurry up and get better. Hurry up and look better. Hurry up and speak better. Child. Ain't nobody got time for that. Time for all that. Hurry up and do what? When I saw that I ain't going nowhere, that there's nothing to do, talk about refreshing, that there's nothing to do. Like, seriously, nothing to do. All that work that we do, growing out our eyelashes and growing our nails, that's doing too much. You're doing way too much. Even that, too much. This dishwasher is so sensitive. I can't stand it. If I look at it too long, it's going to turn on. I have to throw these oranges away. What was I saying? Oh, okay, yeah. So time, right? So I am making a statement that is not true or false. That time, the purpose of it is to see that you don't need it. That you're okay without it. Like you're good, like right now. Right now, it's absolutely 100% unnecessary. Just like belief. All right, y'all. I'm going to make me some sandwiches. And I was going to do some work, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to turn it in early tonight. could watch Golden Girls. So since Betty White died, I'm so sad. I mean, I was sad when all the other Golden Girls died, but she was like the last one, you know? So I'm binge watching all seasons of Golden Girls. I love that show. It's very funny. All right. Thank you, Sup Pipsqueak and Naomi. Glad to see y'all here. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. And I'll see you back here really soon. Bye.